I had to. All right, y'all. We're a go here on the classroom. I know I got my spooky Halloween look on. Oh, the lights coming from inside the house. Anyway, uh, I
The
am.
call is coming from
I
inside
know.
the house, weirdo.
uh, all right, so I am Dark Lord 100. Next to me is OMalley as usual, and we are here bringing you First GenXers presents the classroom, where we talk sports, and for the time being, till some good shit comes up elsewhere, we're going to talk some NFL. We open with a review. Actually, it looks like we're going to open with a review of the Thursday night game. That game being Patriots and Jets. I don't even know why this game was played. Just hand the win to the Jets. No, actually, look, the Patriots look good in the opening game. I forget who they played last week that they embarrassed themselves against. And then this week they were playing against an angry Aaron Rodgers. I believe they were 0 and
When
2.
is he not angry? Like, bro, I want to know what he said to the coach.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, you saw the whole thing with like, so you're talking about the push, right? When
Hmm.
he walked up. Well, I know Aaron tried to explain it away and say that like, yeah, he's just Salah's not really a big hugger, and that he didn't expect it coming, and that's why he kind of. And I'm like, nah,
Bro,
dude,
no, I could see on your face you were talking shit.
exactly.
You said something.
You
I
said
just
something.
couldn't. Yes, I know fuck wasn't in it because that I can read from
Yeah,
300 miles away. But you were not happy,
yeah.
so please don't
Don't
try.
don't act like it was
Quit
everything
with the
was okay.
lies.
Yeah, and
Quit with the lies.
and no, 100%. Like I was like, nah, like because they of course they're discussing it on First Take and Get Up Friday morning, and I'm like, nah, I'm not saying that there's trouble brewing in the in New York, but
But there's trouble brewing in New York.
like Aaron said some shit. Aaron said some shit. Like, but that team did look a little bit better, but it was against the Patriots. Like, I hate to say it, like the Pats aren't exactly
We're
the
not
best
talking
squad.
about like Bill Belichick and Tom Brady's Pats here, folks. Like, we're talking about like the bad news Bears Patriots.
Is Gerard Mayo
Sorry.
their head coach right now?
Well, fuck if I know. Who
I
even
think
knows
so.
what's going on in New England? Who even really cares what's going on in New England, except for maybe New England fans? Because I don't. I've hated, I've hated them for.
Years.
That's like as a Raiders fan. Like I don't care if Belichick is not there anymore. I don't care if Tom Brady is there anymore. And yes, I understand it's 2024, and I could give a fuck less about the Raiders now, but it was still a fucking fumble, folks. Yes, period. End of story. Tom Brady thank the Raiders and the asshole referees for
Uh,
your career. But
uh,
for that game, you probably wouldn't have gone on to do what you did.
Dang. I don't know.
At me,
Yeah.
people. I said what I said.
I don't
He
necessarily.
also went to the same school as Barry Bonds. So I think that high school raises cheaters.
Dang.
And I've said that before too. So, and I know this is like we came from West Coast bias, and I should be like, no, because I still hate the Giants, and I hate the A's now too, because quit taking my fucking teams from me. God damn.
Oh man, like no, 100% though. Like I
I'm bitter. I am absolutely bitter. I'm okay with that. I will admit it. I hold a grudge. I don't care.
And you know what? I'll be honest with you. I understand that. I've said it plenty of times, especially when dealing with the Raiders moving, so on and so forth. Like I had a lot of people that were like, dude, dude, you shouldn't be a Niners fan anymore, man. They moved to Santa Clara. I'm like, bitch, they moved like 45 miles south of where they were already. Like, it's okay. They still in the same area. I was like, they didn't move to another state, but I've always said, just to stay true to my word, I'm the type of person that I'm like, even if they did move to another state, I'm a fan of the franchise, not the city that they're from. So I'll follow them wherever they go. If they Saskatchewan Niners, I'm gonna be a Saskatchewan Niners fan. But that's me. And that's because
But
I focus more on the
that's a
franchise
little.
than.
I mean,
Go on.
I still just. I mean, Oakland was the Raiders. The Raiders were Oakland.
Yeah.
It was, and also you add to that where my strong feelings also come from is Al Davis was pretty adamant when they moved back from LA that one of the only times he's ever admitted making a mistake, hello, was moving the team. I do not believe had Al Davis been alive and of right mind that move to Vegas would have ever happened. I fully believe that Mark Davis has daddy issues and he's working them out on the team. And every decision he has made, from moving the team to rehiring Gruden, firing Mack,
Hmm.
all of these things are against what Al Davis ever would have done.
Yeah.
And I don't feel, and people can sit here and blame the town of Oakland all you want.
Yeah.
We've had this discussion 100 million times, but even aside from how I feel about towns and cities and places shouldn't be paying for billionaire
God, don't even get me started on
arenas,
that.
okay, even aside from all of that, Mark Davis never had any intention of staying in Oakland. And if you think otherwise, you're delusional. He purchased the website for the Las Vegas Raiders far before Al was even, I think it was like 2011, 2012. So
Yeah.
this was in the works long before anybody really wants to believe that. So go ahead, say
It's,
what you say, but I'm one of those that if a team wants loyalty from its fans, it also in turn has to show loyalty to its fans.
well, I've
And then
made.
don't move the team and cry because the fans aren't there and you moved it to a vacation spot. So now everybody's waiting to go to Vegas to when their team is playing
Yeah.
the Raiders. So you've effectively given up home field advantage. And the best thing that the Raiders had going for them to begin with was tailgating.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll say this. I have said plenty of times, like with me being an Oakland A's fan, unfortunately for the rest of the athletics fan base, they're my team. Like I said, only positive. I see it as a negative of them moving to Vegas completely because it's another one. Like I've told the story a billion times on this show about how when I first moved up to Sacramento is when the Maloofs were thinking about moving the Kings to Seattle. And
Mm-hmm.
I remember saying on an episode of West Coast Bias that it will be completely wrong because this fan base has given their all to that team and they deserve to have a team, whether it's a winner or not. They deserve to have a team, and
The
they.
A's did not deserve the goodbye they got last night.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well,
They
no,
didn't.
no. The A's did. Fisher did not. Like the guy who
True.
owns the team, because that team goes out there. Like I always give credit to Billy Bean and the boys on the field because they go out there. Billy Bean goes out there with his hand tied, trying to put together a winning team, and they give
But
him
even
nothing to
since,
work with.
right, but, and here's the thing, and that's the thing, even since the days of Lucifer Wolf,
Yeah.
they have treated that team like a glorified farm league.
Oh yeah.
They are great at player development, and they're even better at selling them off to the highest bidder as soon as they become worth something. I was just talking about this to my dude last night, and I'm still bitter about the Cespedes trade 3 days before Cespedes bobblehead when we have the best record in baseball. How are you going to do that? And then we lose in the play-in game,
Yeah. Like
wild card game. Like
it's what.
it's been a big to your fans all the way along, and now you think that these fans are going to come with you. And now it's also said that Sacramento's not even certain right now. Financing for their stadium in Vegas hasn't even been secured.
Yeah.
Fisher's already said he has no plan on paying for the whole thing out of his pocket. So where's the money coming from? Because he also said none of that has even been secured. We totally got off the topic of football. You know,
No, it's okay, but like no, like and yeah, but bringing us back, we'll move it a little bit forward because we got a lot to cover and only a little time
Yeah.
left to cover it in. So we'll move on to.
I have ADHD, folks,
It's
just to
okay.
let everyone know. I do squirrel occasionally, so.
Uh, Trust me, I was spiraling right there with you. But this next subject should be kind to us all, and that is back on the subject of the oblong ball. We've got early games on the NFL bracket, and the one that I'm gonna open talking about is one that kind of caught my eye while watching. Like, yeah, like it's yeah. Hold on, let me see if I can. This is the right one. Yeah, the Giants dropped the Cleveland Browns 21-15. Don't get me wrong. I'm not expecting Cleveland to go out there and blow everybody out. But everybody that had touched the Giants had blown them out up to this point. Not really competitive games. Cleveland came out the gate. Fumble recovery on the kickoff. Touchdown. Browns. Luckily it was to Amari Cooper. I got him in my fantasy league. Woohoo.
He's
Then
still playing in the league. Like,
yeah, he's actually still playing. He could have been a 49er, but Brandon Ayuk didn't want to go to Cleveland. Uh,
I wouldn't have either. Smart man, Ayuk.
but
Look, I'll take the pay cut to stay where I'm at because there were other places that were going to pay him more.
yeah,
He didn't want to go there.
nope.
So,
I don't
smart
think
man.
I'll be honest with you. I just think he wanted to make sure he got paid. I don't think he ever really wanted to leave the 49ers.
I
Like,
don't think he did either.
yeah.
But
so, but anyway, yeah. So, like, yeah, just the Giants. Daniel Jones and the Giants rattled off 21 straight points to beat Cleveland 21-15, and it was just like, where is it coming from? Like, the Giants aren't supposed to be good.
were they, or was it just a fluke? And was Cleveland having an off day? Have we given Cleveland a little more credit than what was due, and are they just actually returning back to what Cleveland usually is? Like,
It very well could be. 2 home losses this season. Uh, they lost to what is considered only the second worst team in football, next to the Patriots. So, like, yeah, like, but the other games, Packers stomped the Titans with Malik Willis at quarterback. That was interesting. Um, well, I say the Bears lose to the Colts.
and I was sad after the game that Caleb played because Caleb actually went out there and played a phenomenal game.
33 of 52,
But
363, yeah. 2 TDs. He put up a hell of a game.
he put up a hell of a game, especially after the game last week. Like,
Yeah.
and even that was still, I mean, minus the back-to-back interceptions, was still better than, his first game. But so that is kind of, that hurts.
Yeah.
I hurt for him a little bit there, but they're growing. They still are out Keenan Allen, I believe, or was
Yes.
he? Okay,
I believe
yeah.
he was out.
So
Yeah. Well, I'll say also the Vikings, who after stomping the 49ers last week, came right back and took C.J. Stroud and the boys and
talk about like some ex-USC quarterbacks just really on fire right now.
Sam Darnold, Mr. Darnold.
Sam Darnold.
What the heck happened to him?
Who are you, sir? And where did you come from?
And then we also had the Saints holding the Eagles holding the Saints, who had scored 91 points across the first 2 weeks of the season, to 12 points in their house to beat them 15-12.
And that
Jalen
was
Hurts.
a dirty-ass, dirty hit on Devontae Smith. Like,
Yeah.
there's no excuse for shit like that.
None.
Like, there's not.
Nope.
It especially when you're talking about now concussion protocol. Like, we're talking look at Tua.
Yeah.
Like,
IR for 4 weeks.
yeah, I mean, no, he needs to retire is what he needs to do.
I can feel you. I can feel you.
I
I'll say.
mean, some things are bigger than football. Like, do you want to be able to play with your kids down the road? Do you want to even be able to remember your kids' names by the time they're 15?
Yep.
Like, eh,
100%. I don't know. Like I don't know why you say two concussions would scare the shit out of me. Three would almost damn near can guarantee I'm retiring. Like because like enough damage has been done with three, and I believe this two is fourth.
yeah, something like that. And who's insuring you after this point? Seriously.
No, I hate to laugh, but you're 100% right. Like there's no way that like you're reliably insured. Like one hit and you could die on the field. Like one wrong
Don't
hit.
traumatize people that way. Like, I mean, it's true. No, but
Yeah,
I'm saying,
yeah,
you know that could happen.
yep,
And granted, people can sit here and argue, well, it could happen to anyone at any point
yeah,
during any game.
right.
True, but you're talking about something massive at that point. Somebody could tap him and he's done. Like,
You're
it
when you get like the medical side of a concussion. If you go look up like what it is scary as hell. Cause like there's a part that they talk about with concussions where a part of getting a concussion is the fact that your brain like slams against the side of your skull, like in your head. That that's scary.
as somebody who has experienced not one, but two traumatic brain injuries, I am telling you it is no joke.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you from the ones that I experienced, the two things that I've experienced, there is definitely my ADHD is at 100 sometimes because of the things that it does cognitively. And like, you can tell in those instances where things used to be easy to remember or to get to, and like you're struggling
To
to
just
find the word of something that
yep.
should be simple, to concentrate on something more than 10 seconds at a time.
It
And
reminds.
you're not even that good, sir. Like, and your
That's
team isn't that good, sir. So like, why are you risking the
yeah,
rest of your life? It's beyond me.
I don't know. All right, so we got a couple more games before we go into this break. Steelers. Who told them to go to 3-0? Justin Fields out there doing his thing. I think Russell Wilson just lost his job to injury.
Yeah.
Like that
Yeah.
sucks because you're never supposed to lose your job to injury. Like that's one of the cardinal rules in the NFL. But it looks
That
like
no one pays attention to.
pretty much. But it really does look like Justin
Yeah.
Fields is that dude. Like 25 to
And this
32, 245.
was I still a Raider fan, this pisses me off even more that they didn't actually actively try to get him, because how did you not get like try to get a quarterback, especially him, who would have fit real well into their culture, into their play, into all of that in Coach Antonio Pierce? How do you not make that move as your first year of a head coach? It make sense to me. And
I
so
don't know.
now I really hope y'all are kicking yourselves. Way to go, Pittsburgh. Hate it for you, Russell Wilson. You're done.
And
At least as a starting quarterback.
yeah, say, and then in the second biggest upset of the day, the winless Denver Broncos. I'm going to
That
say
phrase
this.
still brings me joy.
Yeah.
I mean, I may
Uh,
not be a Raider fan anymore, but winless Denver Broncos still brings
well,
me.
they are winless no more because they made Baker Mayfield look human after he's looked superhuman the past couple of weeks. So the Bucks started out 2-0, and Denver just owned them all game. And so Bo Nix looked great, 215, 216 yards in the air. Cortland Sutton looked great. So for this week, the Buccaneers made the Broncos look good. Now I'm pretty sure next week, I believe next week they have the Chiefs, so they'll go back to looking mediocre again.
Who is
Uh,
currently losing right now to the Atlanta Falcons? So there is
I
that.
yeah, I just saw that. I just saw that. I was like, oh no, what are you doing in there, Patrick? What are you doing? But it's still halftime. You know, Andy Reid, they'll come back and do that thing. It's the defense. Not all right. So that'll do it for right now. Those were the early games. So what we will do now is we will go on ahead and take our first commercial block. We'll come back from that, talk a little late games, what's going on in that Kansas City game, and then we'll talk a little bit about. We'll wrap up with Monday Night Double Dip this week as there are two games. Why they waited till week 3 for this? Normally,
week 4 is 2 games too, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, I just pulled this. I just pulled this up. I think it's either week 4 is as well or week 5 is as well. But there's, week 4.
Week 4.
And then again in week 8.
Okay.
No, not week 8. That's just they're playing on more than just ESPN in week 8. Week 7, there's 2 as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess this is going to be a regular thing then. We get a couple.
I don't know, but I'm so used to that first Monday being the Monday where there's 2 games.
And then it was just like a special thing on that Monday, but this year we get 2 more. All right. So y'all have a great night. No, not have a great night. Y'all stick around. We got more football to talk. I ain't kicking y'all out the door yet. But we'll see you on the flip end. This is the classroom right here on First GenXers, Twitch TV.
You got to keep it. You got to keep it lovely. You got to keep it. You got to keep it lovely. Success comes right after the struggle. I ain't even giving up on whatever I wanted. The tragedies I've seen, I can't even stomach. Most of y'all weak as shit and would've started running. Every time I make it back to the crib, I'm thankful the Most High let me see all of it. Grateful I'm lovely, and I've been real with this. Please don't judge me, I'ma stay on my shit. I'ma keep a grind mode button, push it, make it do something. No balls for me, cause I'm a loose cannon. I get to choose, camera switch it up, look up a new banner. Keep smoking on that banner.
We back at it. Yup, we still doing it.
Poetic beat.
First GenXers. Gia. Let's get it, y'all. Come on. We back in the building. It's been a long time cooking in the soup kitchen. And I'm chilling with the same. Dropping these beats won't stop, nope, I can't. Let me get up in the lab, turn it up. Game on with the first GenXers. What's up? Let's flip on the switch or the Xbox and
Get up in my zone, I'm clowning.
let me clear my throat for a minute. Shout out to my folks while I'm in it. It ain't nothing but love, it's babe business.
I really don't know what's so who ain't feeling this.
And this is only the beginning. Now versus then, this is something for the chillin'. Poetic got the joints like McDonald's.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I'm loving it. It's the first gen. We're now rocking with Poetic Beats. This is the first GenXers production. Get your PlayStations out. Get your Xbox out. Get your Switch out. Let's get it in, y'all. Holla back.
They say that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But the definition of beauty is distorted. Yeah. Come on. Searching for yourself, so insecure about the way you look, so you go to Miami.
personnel to man up and get after Patrick Mahomes. I think it's Brian Denny was his name, or whatever, came out and said like outright,
Pay the man. Please, just pay the man.
yeah,
You need him.
he just got paid. All right, so we're back. We're back. Yeah, just talking about the curse of the Raiders. Anyway, so after those day games, we got to see some night games or afternoon games. Currently, you have the Chiefs and Falcons going on, and we also had Dolphins, Seahawks, Ravens, Cowboys, Lions, Cardinals, Niners, Rams, and Panthers, Raiders, and yeah, those games yielded some results that some of us saw coming and some of us did not.
I called it for the Raiders for sure.
Yeah, I didn't see
It actually caused an argument last night.
Oh, is that so?
Yes, because he swore that they were gonna win. He's not even a Raiders fan, so it does. But he likes to poke at me because he still calls them my team and shit like that, and I'm like, they're not. And I have slipped once or twice because it's just old habits die hard. But I said no, and especially because you're sitting here thinking that they're gonna win, they're going to let you down in glorious fashion, and that is exactly what they did.
Yeah, glorious is right. With the final score of what is it?
35 to 30.
Yeah, 36 to 22.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's like not even. But I mean, that's what happens when you don't actually make an effort to go get a real quarterback, right? Instead of having multiple backup quarterbacks as your starting quarterback. That decision blows my mind. You didn't even draft a quarterback. It's mind-boggling to me. Sir, this is your first year as a head coach. This is the year to try to make some big moves.
Yeah.
Justin Fields, why did you not? He would have been perfect. Back to that.
You just said it right there.
Doesn't make any sense.
You just said it yourself right there. Because he would have made a perfect fit. He would have been a great fit.
Too much sense. I need to throw out all logic and rationale when it comes to that. And I should remember that because now I'm a recovering Raiders fan, so it's easier for me to see how illogical. And dude, if their owner would stop doing coke off of bathroom sinks or strippers' asses, maybe they might actually make some legitimately decent decisions as far as players go. But maybe, doubt it. Doubtful, highly doubtful. You're going to be in the same place next season. So what was all that, you Raider fans who hate me now because I am a traitor, because I look at loyalty differently than you? Going to the Super Bowl this year, what was that? That's just as bad as Quest for Six. And this is our year.
Hey, we were actually in the Super Bowl. Win or lose, we were actually there.
There is that. Okay, y'all will be lucky with a non-losing record this season. Period.
I don't.
Because you just lost to the Carolina Panthers.
Well, the Raiders, for sure.
Yeah.
They definitely ain't looking at on the brink of the
no, I wasn't
playoffs.
talking about the Niners.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the Raiders. The Raiders, guys, you're gonna be grateful and thankful if you end with a non-losing season, and by that I mean a 50-50 season, a 500 season.
I could see 7-10. I could see 8-9. I could see both of those the same way.
Yeah.
I could definitely see either or with that. My Niners took a looks like 21-7 lead or 14-7, made it 21-7 in the third, and then collapsed. Can't blame it. You can blame it on the offense in the sense that I do believe not screw Debo and Kittle. They are important pieces to that offense being almost unbeatable. But I think Christian McCaffrey changes this entire game. Not that Jordan Mason didn't do a damn good job, but I think Christian McCaffrey changes the whole scope of this game. But at the end of the day, the Rams were down Puka Nakua and Cooper Kupp. They found some guys. Well, we were both down basically two of our or at least one of our top receivers because they were down Debo.
Stafford did make some pretty sweet throws towards the very end of the game. And I'm sorry, but the 3 defensive penalties on one play, illegal hands, holding, and pass interference all on the same freaking play.
Yeah.
Tell me you don't want to win the game without telling me you don't want to win the game.
I don't know. I think that like I said, the pass interference was legit, but it
was legit.
It was
and
legit.
That's all it was going to take.
Right.
Honestly, the pass interference is all it was going to take.
But the PI was legit by the rule as it's written. I don't like the whole you have to turn your head around and look for the ball. Like if you can see in your dude's eyes that he's watching a ball come to you, which you can if you're a defender looking that close at a receiver's face, I don't think you need to actually turn around and see the ball. That's a part of the rule that I just don't like. It is what it is. The rule is what it is, and like you said, the PI would have been enough, but I just don't like that rule.
Except for I think for that part of the rule for PI, I think is as much for safety purposes as it is for anything else. And so, especially with some of the other rules that they have, because it is the receivers intent on catching the ball in that moment, and I think they think it's a little bit safer if the defender has to actually turn to look at the ball. They're not going as full force against the receiver. They were gonna get yards on that play regardless of that pass interference.
Well,
anyway.
like I said,
and they were almost in field goal range just based off of the kick return.
Yeah.
So, and here's the other thing. Y'all should have still been tied had it not been for a missed field goal.
Yeah, true. We should have been trying to hold them to get the W, not the I can agree with that. Yeah. Like I said, they cost them. I don't in any way say that this loss was due to any. What I was getting at was more so I put this loss on the defense more than I do the offense.
Yeah.
I do think, like I said, I do think Christian McCaffrey changes the scope of this game. Jawan Jennings had himself a hell of a game. I doubt he'll have another game like that this entire year. 11 catches, 175 yards, 3 touchdowns. It was just amazing watching that boy work out there. But yeah. Like I said, I put this game on the defense, and there's next week.
Especially the defense, given the pieces that were missing on the Rams' offense.
Right. Like that kid, I forget who it was. I think his name was Williams. Was tearing them up was tearing the cornerbacks up. So All right, so we're gonna jump ahead real quick and go over the 2 Monday night games, so that way we can get done by our close time. And this Monday night, we're going to be blessed with the first of what looks like 4 or 5 weeks of dual games on Monday night. And this week we get Bills, Jags, and Commanders, Bengals.
I'm someone who's very, very happy about that second game because he almost never gets to see his team play.
Nice.
So, because my dude is a Commanders fan. He has been since half of his family's from DC, and he spent a lot of time there. So he actually has a legitimate reason. Nobody just picks the Commanders or who they were prior to that. There is a legitimate reason. He's not just crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm happy for him that he gets to. And you know what, though? I do have to say Jaden Daniels has been fun to watch and getting to see him grow, because I think he is going to be a good quarterback.
Yes.
And so I'm happy that is one of the Monday Night Football games that actually could be a decent game.
Yeah.
I think I care more about seeing that game, and not just because of him, but I care more about that one than I do the earlier game.
Yeah, the
I
Bills,
could give two halves of
Jags.
shit against the Bills Jags.
I'll be honest with you. The only reason why I care about Bills Jags is because I have several fantasy players playing in that game.
The only people who care about the Bills and Jags games, the Bills and Jags game, are either from Buffalo or Duval. Like, that's the only people who actually. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, people are gonna hate me so much tonight. I'm talking so much.
That's
But
what we're here for, though.
Yeah, it just is not like it is not a Monday night football game to me. Like who made these games? Like
it kills me.
No, it just like no one cares about the Bills and the Jags.
What as good as that
No
game
one.
was, you could have flexed the Niners Rams game to that Monday night slot.
Oh,
And it
absolutely.
would've been
That
a much
would have
better game.
been I don't like either of those teams and still would have rather. I mean, I watched them over the Raiders, so it still would have been better than the Jags playing Buffalo.
Very true.
And that should be a gimme for Buffalo, I would hope. But
Who knows with Buffalo? That's all I can say is because Buffalo 1 week will play like they dominate
they are
the world.
consistently inconsistent.
The best phrase I've heard about them yet: consistently inconsistent. 1 year, 1 day they'll say, "Hey, we're the best thing going today," and then the next week they'll look like the worst team to ever play in the past 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
Make
They'll
up your
look like
damn mind.
Diablo Valley College playing against Stanford. Well.
What was the name of the business school? Not Diablo. DeVry.
Field College,
DeVry.
Field College, University of Phoenix.
All right. So just to take us out on a laugh, right? So I'm reading through. I'm in a bunch of NBA groups. Like I said, I need to leave them, but I'm addicted to their stupid hot takes. And this guy gives this hot take, right, about something about LeBron being the GOAT,
Oh, God.
right? So this guy responds, and he goes, "Tell me one sport in which the GOAT has a losing record." And he's like, "Football? Nope. Soccer? Nope. Basketball? Nope." But here's where he got me. He was like, "Tennis? Nope. Swimming? Nope. Bowling? Nope." And I just stopped reading at bowling. I was like, this thing to bowling. Like, how did your brain even get there, bro? Like,
Table tennis? Nope.
nope.
Beer pong? Nope.
And I looked at
Racquetball? Nope.
I responded to him. I was like, "Bro, you are 1,000% right, but you put me on the floor with bowling. Like
Yeah,
that was where you got
that
me."
is that I love that. That is absolutely that takes the cake. That's absolutely true.
And to me, it's
Nowhere in the world of sports in any country on any continent is the GOAT have a losing record. Period.
Like, in the championship round, like
I don't care how many you went to in a row. I care how many you won.
And I'm sorry, folks. Here's the downside to an argument that's constantly used in the LeBron Jordan debate. Difficulty of opponent does not elevate you, because what was weak in the 90s now will be weak now 30 years from now. Evolution is just going to take us to where players are going to continue to get better. So therefore, you can't say, "Well, he played against harder competition, so that means that it elevates him." No, because then guess what? Then that argument falls apart when the next guy comes along and they start telling you, "Well, he plays harder competition because what LeBron was playing back then wasn't nothing." Now, then you're going to be like, "No, man, no, it doesn't matter, man." Remember that. Remember that when you're making that, or when you're making that argument, the dumb people who make it. Like difficulty level doesn't matter. I say it like this all the time when people bring up difficulty level. I don't care about difficulty level because I expect you to dominate the league the same way Jordan did, or stay out the conversation with Jordan. Jordan faced the best of the best of his side.
You adapt.
Yeah,
You adapt. You adapt. You adapt. You adapt. Look at Steph Curry. You adapt.
exactly.
You adapt. You adapt. You adapt. Period.
You be what you
So
what your
miss
team
me
needs you to
with
be.
that. This isn't the FBS and difficulty of schedule and how you get in the playoffs. That's not what this is.
Right.
Because you are expected to adapt.
Yep.
Period.
Period. And so
Fuck LeBron.
hey, you know what? I love that so much. That's what we're gonna end it on, folks. I hope you have a great night. You know, we have a fuck LeBron attitude here at the
Yes,
classroom.
We sure
so
do. We've got a month before that kicks off again. So
we'll throw a party, balloons,
yes,
pizza,
absolutely.
you know, the whole shebang.
I'm gonna get a custom fuck LeBron balloon, right? Just in the big letters, giant letters. See,
there
that's
we go.
where.
There we
All
go.
right.
So y'all have a great night. We up next should be the Saint with MVT Deuce. And then, as I told you earlier, I'll be back on Monday with Football Mondays with in College Football 25 from EA Sports and Madden. Y'all have a great week. Peace. Oops.